Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mughal series here on the Lord Master channel. But now, here, as we can see the map, we do control the entire northern half of India, and we barely move down on central and towards the southern direction to southern India. But of course, the more we conquer land, the more I will have 30% control, soon to have 30% control of the crown, so I can get rid of those penalties. Even though people would tell you the easiest thing in the world is just seize the land, but I like to keep everybody loyal, you know? Otherwise there's going to be more problems than there needs to be. And the other alternative is to, develop the provinces. Which fortunately, since we are ahead of time with most things, I'd probably be willing to develop. Like say here for, that base manpower here isn't good in our new capital. It's still relatively new. But there's also Ajma, which thanks to the modifier of full economy focus, encourage development, university, Ajmer Suba, golden era. It'll be a lot easier to develop this. Just develop any kind, but here in particular is of some interest. I took a drink. And also keep in mind that... Oh yeah, the air. I'll tell you that in a moment. Council. Where is it? Yes, the divine faith. The closest servants of our ruler are not only nobles, they also are disciples. They are also disciples. The divine faith remains a small set of beliefs within a ruling circle of the empire, but ensures the type of loyalty that a traditional kinship-based empire ever could. A step towards brotherhood and unity in faith rather than culture like the South Slavic Empire of Croatia. But anyways, this divine faith here is setting an example of the more tolerance towards heathens. But we are about to complete the humanist ideas for more humanist tolerance, which is a way to continue the legacy that was set by our ruling Padishah Babur, who composed or created the Din-i-Ilahi, the divine faith. Or religion of God, it's also known as. So once we complete that, that's basically a continuation of its legacy, and as well as the reduction of idea costs, so we'll be getting diplomatic ideas in a hurry, especially to this one where we can take much more provinces than usual. And also a reduction of diplomatic technology cost is also very good to have. But most likely in this same episode we'll also finish the quality ideas, which will add more discipline and will likely implement some policies including even more discipline. This time the Mughal military will be fighting harder than usual. They may not have the morale to last long in a fight, but they will hit hard. Which means this, even though we have not really increased the size of the military unless we build more barracks or upgrade the barracks to have a little more, manpower and such. But there's no need for that right now. All the armies are in position, ready to go to fight against countries like Vijayanagar. But, however, we would be overextended. So I believe it would be much proper to fight against Andhra, so we could fight them and Vijayanagar alone. And plus that moves the legalism more towards that way. But I think it would be for the best. Because as much as I would like to have a reduction in technology cost, because knowing that institution, the manufacturing has been originated in Krakow, but fortunately we've built plenty of manufactories around here. So they'll soon be present and be spread all over the country. And if we have the money, we'll embrace that too. And the goods produced modifier will really jump up, adding more trade value to the areas that we have majority controls to, especially when we go further down south. But now, over the last episode, despite the new capital and the divine faith that has really set the tone of what the Mughal Empire is becoming, unfortunately there's a tragedy in the court. Padishah Babur Lodi, 38 currently, as he will soon have another personality during this episode. He lost his consort, it happens sometimes, but a much bigger loss was his heir, who was said to have some pretty good skills. And out of panic, we had to create a new heir, which is Shah Alam Turkuk, different dynasty, and this may spell the end of the dynasty, the Lodi Dynasty that helped build this empire. And on the monarch death, we would have regency for him, and no consort, so that means regency council, which means we cannot expand. That's another thing. And plus, if I were to die now, well, actually not now, but when you're in your 40s, because we, the Lodi Dynasty, have an unfortunate distinction of our rulers dying young, 40 years young. Not exact age 40, but around the 40s. We only had one ruler that passed beyond 50. Unless I'm thinking of Babur Lodi from the very beginning, for when he was the Nawab of Sirhind. Then he became the Delhi Sultan and all that. So I came up with this new heir out of panic. And quite honestly, I do not like the skills that I see there. I probably want to disinherit him right now, even though we'll take a big hit in prestige, but when we fight this war and fight many battles and victories, our prestige will go up. And plus, Mughal architecture, Dalat Shahrumi, which is our, advisor for yearly prestige up. Power projection, Khalifa, supporting new scientific society, cabinet of curiosities, great power and Taj Mahal. We don't have to worry about decay, but we will be getting it up in a hurry. And plus, is it possible that I can get a new consort? Because I still have some vassals that I don't have a royal marriage to. So, I'm gonna ask you three right now. At least one of you. Including Orissa, which is currently being integrated. I'll take the legitimacy hit, but I'm trying to get a new consort. There it is. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to solve this little crisis, which again, I did this out of panic, but she's a Nepali, that's our ruler consort, who not what I had best in mind, but knowing if I'm gonna die in my 40s. And don't worry, you have a new heir in a hurry, and it'll be a legitimate heir. We don't want a new child that we just... So, I must disinherit him. So yes, we removed him. Yeah, we'll be getting it up yearly in a hurry, but when we start this war, we will deal with this mess. By the way, what's your name? Rajendra Lakshmi. Rajendra Lakshmi, okay. After all, they're Indo-Aryans. Limbu is her last name. So, yeah, came from our vassal. So we had to break tradition here. Get a new Padishah Begum, which she isn't as skilled, but it'll have to do. And plus, thanks to being Sunni, you'll have a new heir in a hurry. And in addition, with the trading in dyes, it goes way up. So do not worry, you will have a son, Babur. You will have a son. But now, we need to go out and win again. Our prestige has damaged because of this family tragedy. So go out and win. Win for the Empire. But for now, we need to get these navies linked up. And then we'll go out on the offensive. You got 1 month. And then war will be declared. It's too late now. Get together. Here. This way. Five, 3, 3. Good. Much better. Well, 3 is average, 5 is great. That's how I would define it by words. Alamgir, yeah. I was about to say, is there an Aurangzeb or the Lamgir, but there's one. Even though Aurangzeb would have been much better skilled than... we just want to continue on the tradition because we had a Humayun, we had a Jahangir, Shah Jahan, and then Babur, and now let's have Alamgir, also known as Aurangzeb, as it was in actual Mughal history. But Alamgir is a regional name, not a personal name, but you get the idea. It's too bad you can't copy and paste here, but because I was looking at what are the names I would suggest. So Alamgir Lodi. We'll be getting a lot more administrative skill in a hurry, which is definitely needed. And plus the claim is average off the start. It was less than a month and then we already had a child. In fact, now that I think about it, you know, using logic and all that. Who cares? You know, it's Sunni Islam, you know? When you say 100 chance in New York, you may never know that Babur had many more wives rather than just one who's the Padishah Begum. But we needed one to have regency because we don't want to have a regency council. So, there you have it. Declare war in December. What's your personality? Craven. Well, crud. I better live in my 50s. Because, you know, we'd be having a slightly hard time when we fight against Vijayanagar. You know, I'm leading one of the armies. But it's time now. Velanadu will be the main objective. Move on. Look, this way. And also our first admiral. Go out on patrol. Just to go around and sink any ship you see. Soon we'll have conditional military access with the Bahmanis and then we'll come through. No general. We encountered a fleet. Alright, block him here. Narasimha Reddy. That's actually a historical figure name. I mean, not in this time period, but that name reminded me of an Indian film, a South Indian film, Telugu language that I saw. That is called Sera Narasimha Reddy, which is a fine movie to me. Well, then again, I don't have a preference between Bollywood versus South Indian films. I just enjoy whichever that interests me in context. They got more discipline than we do. Well, we aim to change that. Just take their capital, take out Andhra, and see too if we can take some of these areas that we do have legitimate claims to. Whereas in these areas we do not, but I'd rather see them scattered. Just make it more isolated so it'll be easier to control that. My goodness. National tax modifier really high. And technology costs be further reduced even with the institution's tech penalty that'll be going on. But for now on, this fleet stays. Vast majority of the ships are transports. Their armies reduced, but it would be best to keep them reduced. Hey, you know what? Simply for the sake of it. Help them out. We're gonna work our way down. As long as their fleet doesn't go anywhere, we'll sink them. You know what? I'm off all this. You're not using them anytime soon. How you're doing? Look! Narasimha Reddy's. I know it's not him, but still. Again, know your Indian history. From Great Britain, they tell us of the beater. For centuries, paper mills have relied on mechanical hammers to beat lump and paper pulp, crushing the fiber to create raw material needed to then create the create the paper. Using the local windmills for power, the enterprising artisans in Sligo have now devised a more efficient solution. What they call the British beater, about the wind-powered horizontal roller with blades. These blades could shred as much pulp in hours as the old hammers did in days. Paper mill. 70 development. My goodness. How's that compared to that one? Catching up. You can even see it from here. What the heck? Stonehenge? Wasn't that supposed to be in... What happened to, where did they move their monument? Oh, who did this? They still got a northern cathedral. Who relocated the, Oh, you can have both. Okay, I didn't see that. Tower London's still there, but they decided to move all the big stones of Stonehenge to London. What for? The heck? I don't know, you're allowed to have more than one. That's fascinating and illogical at the same time. How did they move these giant stones? Maratha separatists popped up right as we were on our way to battle. Oh, we got him. We got him. Take your area. They're going through. Damn. Head to there. Help with the siege. It'll make the job easier. Oh, they're heading on. The hardy warriors here. Reinforce them. How many more bodies are they willing to throw at us? We've taken the area. This one army's getting away. Well, meanwhile, we got a ship to take care of. It's a heavy ship. We got him. Sunk their ship. In Venice, they tell us of flint glass and lead crystal. Glassmakers in Trevesto started making flintstone and sand together with lead to create a clear and easily worked and flawless product. This new method is rapidly challenging the existing major glass producing centers in the world as the markets are flooded in the new and very popular product. My goodness, all the ducats they've gained. Boy, I envy for something new around here. But not until we control further south. Getting close to their capital now. Let's move up. Actually, here first. Thank you. Not going anywhere. You have the well, I don't know. You don't have no leader. Sunk 2 more light ships. Got them out of there. Hey! They head back to port. Just a few days. Help with the siege. The Lama wants a house of worship. Jains call for increase of our commercial presence in the Bengal trade node. Try to win their loyalty over and maybe you'll get some development. We already have a guy like that. Yeah, he was cheaper to employ. 65%! Oh, I can't do that. And also protect against Spain. That's what also. Do we really fear the Spanish? They're not invading us. But a base tax in Mandu would help. Where's Mandu? Yeah. You got it. Heavy ships. Head to port for repairs. They do have a shipyard. Help with the siege. They got a lot of transports. Well, we have a lot of firepower. For now. There's 2 more to take it, and you gotta come down and help us. Chase them. We got him. Alright, Babur, an entrepreneur, adding more trade efficiency, meaning more income from trade. So yes, we will adopt humanist tolerance, and ideal costs will be reduced, and the Brahmins will be more loyal. I mean, it may not look like it right now, as it's going to be going down, but that may change. "51. Even with near full legalism, they will be loyal to us no matter what. And because of this, our religious unity's gone back up thanks to the tolerance of heathens with the humanist tolerance. But the maximum is 3. But if we can get some more legitimacy here, then we will tolerate the Hindus around here more. Hindus, Buddhists, Sikhs, Zoroastrians, anyone. We tolerate them all. And now, massed battery. Artillery will be doing much better. And we have more discipline now. Now, you better start saving up for cores. Honestly, I want to save it up for this tax modifier autonomy change. It's always good. But yearly prestige and decay, not quite concerned. Because, well, as I said, we'll be getting more prestige by winning battles. And winning a war big time will definitely get our prestige up. And since we have +5 discipline, now our first military policy will be weapon quality standards. We should actively supervise the production of arms to make sure they meet our high standards, adding even more discipline. Now we're up at Vijayanagar's level. That's due to, you know, completing both economic and quality ideas. But I needed complete diplomatic first, before going any further. And go pick up this diplomat finally. Present. Alright, come on down here. Took them all out. We took the capital, but it ain't over yet. about this. They don't have an admiral. They're out there somewhere, but I fear that they're gonna be coming in and they're gonna catch us. They got galleys, don't they? No, no galleys at all. It's their coast. But we have the flagship. I don't know if they have one. Even though their fleet outnumbers ours. I'm well aware. Yep, they're coming. Alright, we sunk them all. Hakim Shah Mirza is a prize hunter. So that increases the chances of him capturing enemy ships. Well, hopefully we'll get a few ourselves. Even though they put a few holes in us. But we're gonna catch them too before their big fleet's gonna come here. Siege specialist for Azam Shah. Let him take over, even though he's not who you think he's supposed to be. Well, spend it generously. Our income is fine. We just need to get this prestige back up. It adds the morale to the navies, you know? Every little bit helps. Major victory! We captured 4 heavy ships, but these are old carracks, which we could definitely upgrade those. This will represent naval superiority. Is there a shipyard anywhere nearby? Of the areas that we have captured? Yeah, one here. Make repairs. You're gonna be inactive for the time being. You're the siege guy, help him out. Help me out. Pull back. Do what you can. I'll be in action. This way. Stay there. Soon we'll knock these guys out of the war. Gotta work. Hey, you're not doing anything. Right up there. It's hard to manage everything. Not quite 99% war score yet. Keep at it. Private contractors. Due to the lack of permanent structures, many armies rely on private contractors to provide everything from equipment to entire regiments. Usually these entrepreneurs receive a sum in advance that they can then use to procure what the army needs on short notice. This often works well to meet the swiftly changing needs of our troops during campaigns, but there are those that would often take advantage of the system. As our armies in Vijayanagar advance deeper into enemy territory, there are increasing reports of corruption and unwarranted cooperation between our logistical officers and local entrepreneurs. If we are to maintain efficiency, we must root out these practices, but in the short run, we will risk disrupting the system even more by fighting the corruption. We have to let it be. Oh, we could definitely knock that down in a hurry. No need to use that feature. No need to use that. It's not terribly corrupt yet. Just keep chasing them out. Just devastate the countryside. War score. I really want to defeat their fleet one more time, but that time may be coming soon. Gotcha. See, also worship full humanist golden era innovativeness. We don't have to spend that much. Got your new diplomat. We get this every 2 years. This is amazing. Now, if only we had to establish the Evadatkana by having innovative ideas to have even more reduction of idea costs. But the problem with that is, even with that complete, you can't pick another idea group in administrative category now. At most, 50% of your current idea groups are in the same category to be able to pick another idea group of that category. Again, quite honestly, I'm likely going to go for trade, knowing that we're an ever-expanding empire and our trade power goes far and wide in other areas. Navy's ready for action. We're gonna catch them. Captured one light ship, sunk the rest. Want to have one more big naval battle, then that's it for them. That's what we wanted. It'll be curtains for them. Yeah, Lama are now very loyal to us. Oh, there goes our general, but war's already over. Here they come. They only have one heavy ship, some light, mostly transports. See if we can capture some of these, knowing our man here. sinking a bunch of them, what it looks like. Oh look, one more. We captured 1 light ship, 5 transports. Sunk another transport. Sunk another transport. Sunk another. And another. Illness contracted in the field. Not due to old age this time. Sink, sink, sink. That's what's becoming out here. And we captured 3 more of them. Oh wait, captured here. Yeah, we were trying to destroy their navy. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Because we want to bring a few more home. Leave Lanka alone, obviously. Captured another 2. Sunk. Sunk. Now they're Madurai. 1 more province to take and 1 last naval battle, then that's it for them. You basically have enough transport ships to send whole armies on overseas expeditions. But you probably want to cut down the size. Captured 2. Sunk 1. Sunk 1. Okay, that's it. Come back home. That's a Surat. Just hang on here. Alright, what do you suggest before I clear the offer? All the areas that have legitimate claims to, obviously. But pillage your land? No need for that, I need more territory. I mean, let me look at here. It's actually all you can. Okay, in that case, give me the money. Okay, there. Except it'll be a long piece, but if you can reduce that amount... No, god dang it. What's the opposite? Set to 0. Okay. Now you shorten that truce a bit. Actually, what makes a difference? You know you're going to be fighting against Bamanis later. There. So that's it for you. Isolating them for... Now, where does that put us? Not quite to the objectives yet, but it's in the works. Return. Go far. Just a moment. 1 day later. Now Andhra obviously will be fully annexed. And all the money you've got. A little more overextended, but Obviously, all that diplomatic power went away in a hurry. What can you do? And it only costs this much, which is enough. Now we only have this much crownlands, which is still in the works, and I'll be sure, as we will be increasing our administrative and military power up further, I will develop not only my capital, but also Ajmer as well. Just develop by any means, and you'll get what you want. And better reduce the separatism around here. Mughal Andhra, that's what it says. But truce with the Bahmanis will expire in 1658, so we got plenty of years of peacetime. I only need 30. Okay. Now you can mothball. Obviously that goes way over the limit of ships to capture, but now we have 19 heavy ships, so now we definitely have naval superiority. Of course, some of these ships are old ship types that we ought to upgrade in future. Yes, we're rooting out corruption. Oh, we're actually going to get this by the end of the year. Quicker than I originally anticipated. Drill. 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 See how much it gains legitimacy. Returning scholars. Legitimacy is fine. You'll be getting those in a few years. You'll be back at 100. A little more administrative power helps. Now it's 100% of that piety. So all that tax modifier is way up now. And thanks to full humanist and the prestige that we're trying to get back up to, then there's the loyalty from the Brahmins. See, every little bit helps. And as for these Rajputs, they got a little too much influential, but in a year that influence is going to go away. So I guess I made the right call of remarrying and get a new heir, a new Shahzade named Alamgir. Where are we in this? It's present in Sajduaba Delhi, but not for the others yet. We must be an early adopter of manufactories here. It would be for the best. But our religious unity is still up, thanks to the tolerance of heathens. Even when the divine faith modifier expires, we'll still be highly tolerant, where we don't need to convert provinces anymore. We're actually next to Manipur. Hey! Move up, we gotta defend our area. Send in the best. What you got? The other two, you stay there in case there's any separatism. Whatever gives me more prestige and more victories. Be willing to do anything. That's why we're able to court access. Let's see. Oh, that can't be good news. Our old monarch decided to die a little too soon. What did I tell you? Our heir is not quite ready to assume the role of monarch. Rajendra Lakshmi will not be ruling our nation till our heir comes of age. He's only 2, so we're gonna be regency for a long time. And also, unlike all the other past regions, it's gonna be ruled by a Hindu. For the time being. Total foreigner. Until he grows up. Cut him off. You said you're the siege specialist. But we'll never forget the legacy of Babur, who moved our new capital and that created the divine faith as a means of good governance, unity, faith, and all that. Get you. Even if we have to go up there. No leader. We have the discipline. Yeah, I admit that was a stupid idea on our end. You're going in without a general? What are you, nuts? Now it'll be easier to core the rest of these areas when the next time we fight against them. But you still have all these claims. Keep that in mind. Now we only control 29.2% of the crownlands. Working our way up back to 30 and we'll get rid of these modifiers. And as well as the integration of Orissa. That'll definitely reduce the separatism around here. They'll be irrelevant. So we'll see too if we can knock them out of the war for our ally up there, which honestly it's starting to become a bit of a liability to me. chase you down if we have to. Man, you're fast. After all, we don't have the generals I get used to. New level of professionalism. Warriors do not read books. With the war taking a focus of every capable and productive person in the nation, there's a lot less time for frivolous activities of musicians and poets. Even the best poets is no better than a soldier in a common farm. The sword is stronger than the book. For the next 5 years, warriors do not read books, so that ups the technology cost, unfortunately. As if we really plan on getting it. Keep them running around. In that case, try to cut them off. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. Gonna get you. We fight the past. It fights back. This way. Dedication to more liberal understanding of the place of the citizen in the state means that our neighbors have branded us a rogue nation committed to undermining the traditional rights of crown, church, and guild. Can we only trust those things we do? Forward, even if alone. Took ya. Got him. Yeah, the Rajput influence is now lower than before. Declining power of Mansabdars as well. Not as influential as there once was. Split up. Take Chittagong back. Is that so? But you're allied with Bukhara, which is... Well, we were once enemies, but I still have a claim on Samarkand. And I'm not afraid to take any of you on. When that time comes, obviously. When our manpower recovers after fighting such types of expeditionary wars. You barely adopted a printing press? Will we be adopting manufacturers sooner than before? Hopefully. Just after this war, then I'll be sure to focus on lands here. What's our war exhaustion like? Very little. Corridel is out. That's them. Hey, what are you doing? Get up there and help. I need your expertise. You alleged siege specialist. Simply for the sake of it. Manipuri is out. We will have no territorial gains because we don't have any claims to these areas, at least not yet. But we get a nice bit of income. And some prestige. So go on, scram. Protect your border against any malefactor. And please let the manpower recover. Dealing enough of attrition. Of course they would. Which kind of gives me an idea, though, of our next potential war. Because I'd like to go up to Assam, in addition to get a little bit out of Vijayanagar, but obviously I would have to take on Bamanis first. At least when Vijayanagar joins in, the truce goes away. Because they joined. And of course, we're well capable of taking them on. You'll be fine. You doing alright up there? Damn right you are. Civil war in Tunis. Go take care of them. Sending the Rajput army. Actually, why the hell not? Let's save the administrative power. You've got full legalism, and you can get this easily. Plus, some of the areas is not yet present. To try to spread it to all the other areas, which is going to take a while longer. Fact. Spread it. One more. Gotcha. You're gonna slow us down. thinking about spending my money to upgrade all the barracks. Because we need a little more manpower reserves, because I would love to create one more army. In Florence, uniform regulations. The enlistment armies of old are increasingly being replaced by more permanent national armies. As part of this process, many states begun to regulate how the uniforms of their soldiers should look, and some have even begun to provide these uniforms themselves to their soldiers. Dye was never cheap, and with the increased demand now put on both dyes and cloth, prices are on the rise. We have a lot of cloth here, and some dyes as well, and definitely some wool. That would definitely help us economically. It'll be done this year. Where the heck are you guys? Oh, you're down there. Should we help him? There we go. There's the next idea group you want, but that's not going to be until a much later time. Remember, control the dash is what you want. As well as a bit of that, and some of that, so definitely Bamani's first. To clear up the rest of it, I doubt we can get them all. Just put it back towards there. Knowing that we're currently annexing Orissa and we'll have this complete soon. So it won't be as costly. That's the reason why I've not been getting diplomatic power. So I will hold off on annexing any more vassals. Putting a stop to that. Well, they do have one more. Hey! This way. Surround them. Aval is out. Okay, never mind then. Brahmins are loyal. Anyways, so new textile manufacturer in Baltistan. I know where that is. New textile manufacturing going. Kinda know where it is. And yet you fear the Ottomans? We already have a loyalty, but getting them both together? Which means, yes, for the stability cost modifier. Plus these two are already loyal, so logical option is that. Here. Hardly anything going on. As soon as the war is over, spend it on upgrading all the barracks of the country. Because we need that national manpower modifier go way up. And then we'll increase the size of the Mughal military again by creating a 7th army. That should be mostly infantry oriented, with some artillery, of course. Looks like separatists have done them in. Present here. Alright, war's over. Orisa integrated. No more annexing vassals. Because we need to start gaining more of diplomatic ideas. Oria people assimilated. Speaking of which, 91% now. So capture this, integrate that, take over Assam. And then you will have it. Well, actually not quite, because he still needs Sikkim. Damn it! Because he... That's Western Aryan, you dummy. You're supposed to look at East Aryan. East Indian. So, production efficiency up. That adds trade value. Trade value. You know. That's how it works. So I will have to integrate the rest, but hold it off in the future, okay? And remember, they have no navy. They no longer have a coast anymore, and they're very, very vulnerable. And they're allied with Manipur. Well then. Yeah. Truce isn't going to expire anytime soon. Training fields. This replaces barracks. If you see any lowered costs, spend it. Every little bit helps. There, that's it. See y'all in a year. This is just to make up for getting rid of those quantity ideas. Knowing that who they're allied with, we need a capable Badusha. Be bordered over here in order to face them soon. Get some of that manpower back. Back at the max, in fact. Ooh, some more heavy ships and light ships, but they're old. Go meet up. Head to that. And we'll give you missions soon. What are the odds? Just saw him die on me. Bloody heck. Well, we do have a spy network, so I'll employ you. It's not a promoted culture. Marat, that's why. So I'm leaving one army to deal with Manipur based on the skills. And the rest is just a... get all over. Okay. I know we don't have a merchant there, but anything that helps with the Gujarat trade node. Okay. But they're alone. Tell you what. Go play goalkeeper. One of these days I'm gonna break up an alliance with you so I can stop telling you to bother me with such things. Wait for conditional military access. And it will come in. But until then, you are wasting my time. Heck, you don't have much diplomatic register, so why don't you just ask him now? No? Outraged. Ah, of course. Plus, they don't have an army, so never mind. Get back to your post. Just distribute the reinforcements. Smartly. And I'm not drilling them. Want to be ready as soon as... I mean, I could have drilled them, but... we're at the war here, so... I have 2 claims against them? Oh, really? I didn't know. I already had claims against you. Is that the permanent ones? Yeah. Don't you remember? That's what you get for not remembering. Well, anyways. Like before the war even starts, you should get 2 more generals. Yeah, you got them too. Everybody sign on that one. You could support 4 generals. That's why you have. Where are we? It's present. Still trying to work on it. Okay, it's all about to be here soon. Now it's present. One more. Military divided. Opposing factions of military are advocating different tactics. We need to back one of them to end the bickering. We must always attack. Increased offense. Of course, you know this episode will end before I start the wars. I have a habit of doing. But I don't know if we even have the ability to capture every single piece of Bamani territory left. But only go for the ones that you have legitimate claims to. And worry about the rest later. Why didn't I even think about it? Hey! Get them out. Also, regarding development, screw it, I'm using the remaining military power. I mean, as much as I want to get this, but I believe that can wait. Because this here, it's a nasty difference, so get it up. One more. Now it's at a reasonable level. Plus, you got a building. And we should build our first star fort here. So upgrade it. After all, it's the city of victory. Oh, and just for developing that land, we're back up to 30%. There. National nightmare is over. Happy about that result. Just chase them out and then get back to your post. What the hell y'all doing? Yes, it did have quite a bit of an increase, but not drastically. Especially that we had to develop this more. I could develop it even more for everything, so it'll be right up there with Delhi. Not to mention it has a university and all that. So I'll be willing to spend one more idea. And then from now on, with wars against countries like Vijayanagar, well, at least we'll be getting much more provinces than usual. And of course, that means you're going to be spending more administrative power for this. This November. Just take their fort and you'll win the war. That's their only ally, you know? So we're ready and willing. Damn, there goes our guy. Another one of the good ones. Worry about that later. So we will stop this episode here on November, knowing that this war will end soon, and then we'll put a full focus on fighting against the Bahmani and Manipur. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, ladies and gentlemen, because we got the Crown Lands back up to 30. And that was due to conquest and developing our capital, which I may plan on developing it even more. And it would be much more if I had given the Jains either a privilege, which honestly I shouldn't, but gee, that's fine. Why didn't I think of this? I mean, we used to do this for Croatia, but light ship cost, but ship trade power for more trade power for. Well, we're not a trade empire, but you get the idea. You get the idea. So. But of course, Padishah Begum Regent, unfortunately, is Craven, so... Well, what do you mean, unfortunate? I mean, it's only temporary. I mean, until he turns 15, then we'll have a much better time, and hopefully doesn't get this from his mother. Even though it's strange that a Hindu is running the country for at least the next couple of years instead of a proper Muslim and all that. But I would say you'll be fine. Got all this great manpower now and all that. So in the next episode, it's highly doubtful that we'll fully annex the Bahmanis, but it'll be another big step closer on this South Indian campaign. Knowing that we've been making great strides here. All that and more. But until then, so long for now.